Welcome to the Little Wood House. Today you're in my sunroom because we are going to play with epoxy. And what I wanted to do was put some epoxy on some earrings, but I didn't have any of the bases that I wanted to use. So I hunted online, and just so happens I have a friend who started an Etsy store recently called Coleys Couture. So I sent her a message and asked if I could have some blanks. And she didn't even act like I was crazy and asked exactly just what I wanted. So with that said, I got Happy Mail today and my blanks are in. I also ended up falling in love with a couple of sets of earrings, so I might have ordered those too. This packaging came so cute. First, there was an adorable little handwritten card that said, "I can't wait to see what you make," with her business card in it. This is the company. I'll put the link below, but it's her little Etsy store, and they are the cutest earrings. So first things first, the most important thing, the ones that were already done that she had on her site came in this adorable little bag with some tissue paper. And look how cute. They're all stacked together. Look how cute those are. Oh, I love them. So they look like a stamped lace on top of wood, and well, I really like wood, so that was important to me. And then I snuck and I already took these ones out. Aren't they cute? They're leather with little crosses, and I love them. And they're really light, so I don't feel like anything's weighing my ear down, and that's always an issue for me when it comes to earrings. So, and then she sent me so many blanks to play with. So I'm gonna play with these, and I'll get back to you soon. First things first, you're gonna wanna find what shapes to play with. So out of all the fun ones I got, these are the ones I decided to play with right now. I love this shape just because I can make it a kind of elegant look. And these ones, my deepest desire is to turn into cute little rulers. So we're gonna try that. All right, to make my ruler, we're gonna need to make some lines. I chose to use a ballpoint pen, a Sharpie. This is the fine point Sharpie. And then just a regular trusty Sharpie. Well, the Sharpie looks great, but it began to bleed quite quickly, as you can see that. So did the fine point Sharpie. So a ballpoint pen, I hope you can see it, it never budged. So that's the one we chose to go with. All right, now fun with epoxy. A full squirt. A full squirt. Move these out of my way. We're gonna get a little bit of the pigment powder and put that in there. A little goes a really, really long way when it comes to this pigment powder. I actually probably used way too much for this tiny amount, but it's okay, it won't hurt it. Look at that. Now to mix it. You want to be careful mixing this not to get too many bubbles in it. Get it really good. Typically you want to mix it for at least 2 to 5 minutes. This is a really small amount, so we really do not need to mix it that long. Just make sure it's mixed up really good. You see how it's starting to, this pigment powder is amazing. And again, Total Vote is awesome. We're in my sunroom because epoxy wants to stay warm. So if you mix up your ratios wrong, it will get really hot. So make sure you're doing the proper ratio. But epoxy, when it's in a warm climate, is gonna mix so much better and work really well for you. So my sunroom is a great warm place, and I leave my epoxy in there during the summer. It's not summer, but in Georgia, it feels like summer. So that is mixed and ready to go. And now let's get our piece. Total Boat also has got a good bit of work time, so I don't need to be in too much of a hurry here. Here's my little ruler that we made. You see all the little lines on it. So this piece of wood, it is tiny, but I feel like it will work just fine for what we're doing, to not have to tape it off or make a barrier. So there's our little ruler. We are going to put this epoxy on top of it very carefully. If you pour it slow, it should bubble up pretty nice right on top of it. Don't be scared of epoxy, you can touch it. maybe don't flip it. I really just want a really light coating on this because I want you to be able to see that it's a ruler. But this piece of wood it's a little balsa wood, and it's really, really, really flimsy. Now once this begins to dry a little bit, I'll kind of fix the edging. But it should be fine. It'll bubble up. And then I'm going to get a toothpick and poke out that hole. You can't see it really well, but it did bubble up on the edges, so which is what I wanted it to do. Now the hole where my earring's going to go through, I need to be sure that that is clear. So I'm just going to poke that in there right there. Should be good. While I'm waiting on that to dry, I wanted to show something I do with all of my extra epoxy. So you saw I needed a very tiny amount on those earrings. So while that's drying, I took all my extra epoxy and I used these little silicone molds to fill up. I'll use these later for all kinds of different projects. And luckily I'm going to get a couple with this one. I'll probably make magnets out of these actually. So I'll have some pretty cute yellow magnets. So now we have 2 projects drying. You can kind of get a really good see for how shimmery this is. Alright, we'll go check on our earrings soon. And look how cute these are. These are our little earrings. So what I really liked about it is I actually ended up putting it on some wax paper, and I let the back of it, I didn't do my lines very well on that, but I let the back of it just sit in the epoxy so it didn't bubble up like it did on the top. You can't see it really well, but it bubbled up nicely on the top, and the back is really thin. So I didn't have to do 2 sides, it coated it. I wanted them just thick enough to save the balsa wood from breaking. And while I was at it, those other shapes that we saw, we made these. So look how cute they turned out. I wanted just a cute little teardrop shape purpley earring, and I mixed that ghost pearl in there. These ones were actually breaking, and luckily the epoxy saved it, so now they're solid. And again, it's got that real thin on the back. I didn't want to color on the back. I could have done that. So this is my first time playing with it. I can't wait to play with it some more and see what I can come up with. The swirly effect that I wanted didn't come out as well as I was hoping. Definitely beginner's practice there, so I'm sure I can do a better job next time. But I hope you had fun watching this, and I hope you make some cute earrings yourself. Thanks for coming along to make these earrings with us. I had a blast. Thank you so much, Coleys Couture. I love these earrings. And thanks for all the pieces so that I could have fun playing with epoxy. Tote boat, still my favorite. I look forward to playing some more. My little ombre purple ones turned out so cute. And my little bitty rulers, I've gotten lots of compliments on. So I hope you can make some yourself. I'll try and take a picture, a still shot, so that you can see them. Thank you again for coming. I hope you like this video and subscribe, and we'll keep playing.